We can talk about money in a few.
Okay.
But at the end of the day,
because that's what's gonna fix it for me.
Yeah,
that's what's gonna fix it for me, Wesley. What's gonna fix it for me is you to say, well, Andrea, based on this Facebook budget that you've put out and the performance of our team on our behalf, because I've spent that type of money before, but the results were way greater. So I'm telling you, yes, we're gonna work through fixing the ads moving forward, and I don't mind that. But what I am saying is, hi guys, this is Coach Andrea, and welcome to my behind the scenes for all of you childcare bosses, CEOs, business owners who are emerging into success. So am I. I'm excited to share my journey with you. So today I'm going to take you behind the scenes of me working with my Facebook ads team. I decided to hire a Facebook agency because it was time for me to play a bigger game. And I had built my business organically for about 10 years. And I built a 6-figure business without using any Facebook ads. And now we're about to enter into the 8-figure mark. And I know that in order for me to get to an 8-figure mark, I need to have a team. So you all are about to journey behind the scenes with me, working with this agency that I'm not completely satisfied with because I had some issues happen on my Facebook ad account. And so I got to address that with them. And you're just going to see them talk to me and see me working. But this is, just behind the scenes for all of you all that's emerging into success. Welcome. And if there's more content that you'd like for me to share behind the scenes, be sure to drop that below so that I can get that over to you. All right, let's go behind the scenes.
Important for us to have a good relationship for the work to flow. Right?
I absolutely agree. And so I try to be as clear, and then I also try to use images because I think the images speak what my words or my misunderstanding of words aren't quite relaying. That my images does that. So I'm good. Go ahead.
No, I was actually gonna suggest the first thing that we tackle in this conversation is the ads that you're seeing approved on your Facebook. So my suggestion would be for us to make the same flow that you did, click on the notification, go to the ad account.
So right here is, it came up and it showed me that this was on, okay? It showed me that it was the blue one. And so what I am discerning is that when the ads were on a different country, somebody went in to fix that. And I think what they did was just went down the line and just cut everything that was supposed to be on in America and cut it on in America, because that's when the red ad started running. That's an image like this. And this ad is running too.
Okay, yeah. So that's why I wanted us to make that same flow up into there, because Facebook told you that the ad was approved or scheduled, right? But what I want to show you is where that ad actually is, because the ad might be approved, but if the campaign is paused, the ad's not.
All right, guys. So in the video that you are about to watch, there are going to be times as an emerging success that you have to stand up for yourself. Now, I've been doing some things with my Facebook ads, and of course, it's a new ad, so it's in learning stage, but the company made some errors. And because the company made some errors, I went to the back office and I saw that those errors costed me money. And I'm not willing to be the only person that has to pay the cost. So because I don't want to be the only person that pay the cost, I was able to have that conversation like, your organization should be accountable just as much as I am for those ads. And so when you are growing your company, one of the main things I want you to be able to do is to stand up for yourself. That's one principle that my dad taught me. He said, no, what's on your mind? Tell me what's on your mind. And that encouraged me to open up my mouth, because there's an enemy that comes against people with business. Just because you are young, or you may not have as much money as the people that you're doing business with, and you might even have as much skill as the people that you're doing business with. But let me tell you what you do have. You have an idea, you have a thought, you have a business, and it's yours, and you got to stand up for yourself. And that's exactly what I did. I stood up for myself, and the amount of my ads, they were able to tell me that they are going to take 50% of my bill off that I pay every month. They're going to take it off because I stood up for myself.
And again, perfect. Now you see everything on your ad account. So we had a few conversion campaigns that ran.
And this is what we spent in March already.
This is the spend for the month of March for the whole ad account.
And that's why I'm telling your company that I want a refund on my service, because these were all ads that were not producing because of whoever the team was at the time. They weren't doing something right. I had to. Good thing I checked my notices, because none of this has converted. Like, you even saw it for yourself. I think for March 15th was the only time we had, like, after 1 week. March 15th is like when we first had another batch of quizzes, but this is high for us not to have accomplished anything. So meanwhile, guys, I'm also having other parts of my business moving, operating. This is why it's so important for you to understand what it takes to operate your business as a CEO. I've put processes and systems in place so that my team is able to do my follow-up system with my postcards, as well as my systems for phone calls. We're in the middle of conference time. So what if I had to do all of this? What if I had to do the calls, do the postcards, and deal with the mistakes of agencies? Something wouldn't be done efficiently. This is why it's so important to have processes in place so that you can operate more like a CEO. So what you see is the groundwork and foundation laid in order for me to do so. All right, guys, so let's get back to the actual behind the scenes footage, because now I'm about to say what I need to say, and he's about to say what he needs to say, and then we're about to end this. So thank y'all for joining me today.
Your money back?
Credit it or something, because I think when I look, that's why I'm watching, because I'm running into some errors. And when you run into these errors with the campaign, now I need for my $1,000 to produce something, right? Because that's my budget. That's what I said. I need for it to produce something. And so in this conversation, I'm looking like I don't have no 54 leads for the month of March. It's not on that document. This would have been for the whole campaign, but not for March. That's not what's on our document unless you can show it to me, because when we was in our meeting last week or this week, I asked you to show me, what did we have? And it definitely wasn't no 54 leads.
I don't have that number on me right now. I'll get that number and I'll share that number with you. The exact number, right? On the spreadsheet.
All right, guys. So I want to make sure that everybody understand the power of knowing the intricate sides of your business. Just because you create content or you create products or you are the creator of something, it doesn't mean that the things that you delegate you don't need to know much about. I'm a true believer that you need to have some type of wisdom about what you want and how you want this thing to come to pass as far as a vision that you have. Because when you work with agencies, when you work with vendors, when you work with suppliers, manufacturers, when you work with print shops, like, people got to know that you know your stuff. Because if you don't have an inclination that you know your stuff, people can walk all over you and say whatever they want to say. So as we go back into my day, you'll see where I was able to just stand up and say, look, this is why I hired an agency. I hired an agency so that these little intricate details can be dealt with before coming across my desk. As a CEO, there are certain things that I don't want to have to manage from a perspective of manpower, ensuring that everybody's doing their job. So that's why some things you outsource, especially with this, I hired an agency so that the agency is doing the work of ensuring everybody is doing their job. So at the end of the day, the result that I'm looking for comes to pass, but the management of it is not my responsibility. So I had to let him know that. And so I'm saying that to all of you all that's emerging into success, that's rising into your success, don't forget to know something about the things that you want done in your business so that you can operate as a visionary and know what you're saying when you come to the table. Because some people might look at you and think because you're young, you gifted, or you might even be a black woman that you don't know what you're talking about. But you got to let them know, hey, I know exactly what I'm talking about, and this is why I hired you. All right, so let's go behind the scenes.
How hard you work to have
Wesley,
that.
I got you.
You know?
I got you, Wesley. I understand. But you got to also understand, too, that with everything that's going on, something happened. The first 30 days, we were getting in leads. Leads. Then we got where something happened on your end. I don't know if it was the team. Something happened, Wesley. And then the leads started drying up, but the amount spent is higher. See, we had just $1,000 budget when we got started. And now that I'm saying, well, okay, we got to double it so we can get more leads in because I'm trying to do this conference. Now it's like we doubled it, but you looked at the report. There was only, from March 15th, there was only a few leads. When it comes to
the first 2 weeks were much better than from the 15th to our last conversation, for sure. Yeah, that's what we saw.
And then, but I'm spending the same amount of money, so I don't understand. Something's not set up right, Wesley. Because if a good month was $1,000, and now we don't have as much results, and I'm still spending that same kind of money, and guess what? We still got another 2 weeks before March is technically over. Something's not right.
And I agree with you that we need to improve on the results. I'm not telling you that the results are good. You know, I just really want to separate the conversation, which is, hey, we need to improve and get a better result, which is something that we do together, you know, rather than, you know, the team use the wrong ads, the team use the wrong things, because then it becomes unproductive. You know what I mean? What I'm trying to tell you is we are on the same team.
I get you, Wesley.
We're together on this.
Okay.
So, here's my suggestion, right? I want to go over with you the document that we shared for the new strategy, right? Because the only way to fix this is providing results. There's no other way around. We can talk about money in a few.
Okay.
But at the end of the day,
because that's what's gonna fix it for me. Yeah, that's what's gonna fix it for me, Wesley. What's gonna fix it for me is you to say, well, Andrea, based on this Facebook budget that you've put out and the performance of our team on our behalf, because I've spent that type of money before, but the results were way greater. So I'm telling you, yes, we're gonna work through fixing the ads moving forward, and I don't mind that. But what I am saying is almost half more at this point than I did before because of something out of my control. I think it's something going on with the change in teams. Now, you don't have to agree with me, but that is a concern. And if I get where you all are going to accommodate my request by entertaining it, then yes, I'm willing to move forward and I'm willing to give you my feedback on those ads. I did put the feedback inside of Slack where I said, okay, here's my brand. I sent the link. You gave me examples, and that's the way my brand looks online, okay? And then I also talked about just changing the headline a bit. So moving forward, I'm trying to do that, but at the end of the day, I'm still at this place. So don't leave me at this place, Wesley. Move me forward, but we got to address that concern.
So, yeah, I mean, what we're looking for as well.
And I get that. Okay, Wesley, come on, because see, you already got my mind thinking. Like, what I'm thinking is that, you know, I'm making back something that was never ever my fault. But let's move forward. Let's fix this, and then whoever I need to have the money conversation with, I'll have that money conversation with.
I'm the person for you to have the money conversation with.
Okay.
Right? I know that you have looked for Will, which is our salesperson.
Oh, I thought he was the person because he was dealing with the money.
Yeah, but I'm the person to talk to you about this, right? So let's understand what's the priority here, right? So first, you want to talk about the money first, right? That's what I'm understanding from you.
Okay. Yes. Because everything what we say from that point forward would give me an idea of what I need to do moving forward. Because I can't see myself, even though I'm working with an agency, I can't see myself bearing this training process alone or this figuring out process alone. That's why you hire an agency, because it cuts the learning curve. So like if I was building my own team, then I would know that I'm having to incur some cost to build it. But that's why I got a team that can run Facebook ads, but I chose not to because I was coming into this where I was paying for the learning curve. And I don't want to have to do that. Something that you all did on your end is causing me to experience what I'm experiencing.